The first exam that I was gonna take, the CE exam, I would say I had no idea how to prepare. That was the first one.
So today we're here to talk about a few things. Hopefully, it will be very helpful for you. So let's get started. So first, we're gonna talk about pre-examinations, right? So my first question for you guys is not really a question. I would like you guys to give me some description on your exams. What exams did you take? When did you graduate high school, and so on?
Okay, for me, I took two public exams in Hong Kong. First one was HKCE. Right now, both of the exams are no longer, it doesn't exist anymore. And the other one was Hong Kong Advanced Level of Examinations. So I took the HKCE around 2010, and the other one 2 years later, in around 2012.
You were, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the first Nepalese guy to ever go into Form 6 in the school. Right?
Yeah, from that school, I was the first Nepali guy to pass the Hong Kong examination, the HKCE, right?
Okay.
So
we definitely have some juicy story right there. Okay. And Himal, you did not study in Hong Kong, so why don't you tell us something about that?
So I studied my high school back in Nepal. So I took SLC, but now it is SE exam.
Okay.
So I did that in 2009, and then after that you get the SLC school leaving certificate, and then in 2011 I did +2 exam. So it's by HSCB board. So I took So the other two public exam that I took before joining university.
You studied high school, you completed high school in Nepal, and you came to Hong Kong, and then you joined university here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go back to Rahul. What electives did you take in high school?
For me, I chose 3 of the science subjects: chemistry, biology, and physics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I would say, I wouldn't say it was the right decision, but that's what we went for, and it was tough. It was tough, right?
Let's get to the part about the pre-examinations. So what I have here is I want to ask you guys, when you look back, right, how do you feel about your student life when you were preparing for the exams?
How we were preparing, I wouldn't want to look back, but but if you have to look back, how I was preparing for exam, well, at the first exam that I was gonna take, the CE exam, I would say I had no idea how to prepare. That was the first one, and basically whatever your school teachers told you, you would rely on them. You basically spoon feed it, do this, do that. Otherwise, there was no proactiveness from your side to do extra. I would say that would be because we didn't know, like we really didn't understand how important that exam was to us, or maybe because of your family, they moved from Nepal to Hong Kong, so they didn't really know how to tell you about the exam, how to prepare for the exam.
So basically, what I'm hearing from you is, when you look back, you just see this confused guy, and who's just waiting for instructions or some kind of support from the school teachers, and just relying on those things alone to go and prepare for the Hong Kong CE.
Basically, I wasn't prepared properly. I guess I was just taking this exam as just another exam for me. So that wouldn't be a very good thing, because the impact these exams have on you is very huge.
So then, how did that change when you passed the CE and then you were preparing for the A levels?
I would say I passed the CE because of, I guess, I studied together with some of the good students. Maybe unconsciously, I made some of the right decisions.
Okay.
And finally, when I moved to the higher education, secondary education, I guess I knew then, after taking the first exam, I knew, okay, I had to prepare better, and I knew this is gonna be difficult. So from day one, it was preparing for that exam. For day one, looking for study rooms, because in Hong Kong you don't have enough space at your home, so you gotta find for study rooms, library. Find out how the library system works. They have the study rooms. You gotta get the study room pass, everything. So there's a lot of things for you to prepare.
Okay, so basically, what I'm hearing from you is, before you knew what you were getting into, you were clueless.
Yeah, exactly.
But the moment you realized what you have to do and what is it that you have to prepare for. And I guess your mindset and your direction, they're totally different.
Yeah,
right? You're
yeah,
focused, more focused, and you knew what to do.
After the first exam,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, good. And how about you, Mal? You also took 2 exams. So how was your experience different?
So I think and so in my experience, like back when I was giving SLC exam, I was more serious at that time. So
Okay.
I would prepare a lot. So I mean, we used to study. Probably 5-6 hours per day.
Okay.
So at that time, the exam would be. I would find it more easier.
Okay.
But when I went to +2, right, and then I completely gave away that good habits.
Okay.
So I became a last minute prep guy.
Uh-huh.
So because of that, I would face a lot of stress during exams. So I would prepare everything at the end of the exam.
Right.
So 2 or 3 days before exam.
Yeah.
So for me, it was quite a stressful moment at the time.
So when you look back, you just see this guy who had good habits at first,
Yeah.
and then just gave that up, and then kind of ruined what you could have achieved.
It's more of like I somehow gave up before the exam.
Right.
So the subjects were very hard. And so
Okay.
I somehow
what was your mentality then? Like when you took the bigger exams,
Yeah.
and then you gave up. Why do you think that happened?
I think like I feel more of like if, no matter how much I would try, I would not achieve the results that I used to get back in school. So I
Okay.
thought, okay, there's no point of working hard because you're not gonna achieve the same results that you got in school anyway. So there's no point of working hard. You can just get
So
on.
since this is the board exam,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be more difficult.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think what he just mentioned just now about giving up before it even began. I think I can definitely relate to that when I went for my A-level exam as well, because on the first day the teacher would come into your class and tell, okay guys, you passed your CE, congratulations. Now let me tell you the statistics about how many students actually pass the A-levels. And they said in this school every year only 2 to 3 students pass.
Mhm.
So you just made into top 25.
So it's like you instantly knew how good you were in the
Yeah,
among your classmates.
Exactly. I mean, like when you're at the lower form, you are 120 students, right, in the 4 sections,
Okay.
and then only 25 would make to A levels,
Okay.
and out of 25, only 3 would make it into university. So when you hear that kind of message from your teachers on the first day, then I think most of us would like to just give up. What's the point, right? So what just Himal mentioned, we were thrown that kind of message on the first day. So for me, when that happened, my instinct was quite opposite to Himal. Okay, I gotta start working hard then, because I didn't want it to give up.